Hi, well, it's Christina again, and as you can see, I'm in a most incredible place. I'm on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, and I'm actually in the garden of some very dear friends of mine who I'm staying with. Now, I did try to do one of these on the beach, but of course the noise from the ocean and everything else just made it impossible. And I thought, well, I don't want to leave this out because it's just too lovely. And you can see all these trees around me and how it is, and there's a lovely pool, and they actually have alligators close by. In fact, as I drove in the other day, they were hauling an alligator actually from the, not pond, the lagoon, which was quite something because they had to tape his mouth and drag the poor thing out. Well, not really, because people do get, especially if they've got a dog, they're walking with the dog, it can happen that you really can actually get eaten by alligators. It has been reported in the newspaper. Anyway, I just wanted to do this because it's not particularly anything remarkable, but I just thought it was different from where I've been. I think the last time I was in the ravine in Toronto with my dog, and I don't know, it's just nice to see something that's different. And you know, I spent 30 years of my life here, which is an awfully long time, but then I'm sort of pretty old now. And with my ex-husband, my husband that died, he moved on. And now, of course, I'm only a visitor, which is kind of sad because she just loved it. And you know, going somewhere different is so good for our soul. It really kind of almost doesn't rejuvenate, because it's hard to rejuvenate at this stage, but it gives you that lift. Different people, different places, different conversations almost. And I don't know what more to say to you than it's just got to be what it's got to be. You know, life goes on, and we all want to have different things happening to us, but it gets minimal as time goes on, and everything is reduced because we are not the person we were, and we still think we are, but other people don't necessarily. Probably particularly our children. We get treated with more respect, you know. Or not necessarily any respect. But anyway, it depends really. And I do think that, you know, as you get older, don't forget your makeup. I always find that even here, I like to put kind of shiny stuff on my nose and lipstick and all that stuff and make sure my hair's looking good. I'm not going to meet anybody. I'm not going to see anybody. That's not the question. The question really is, you do it for yourself now. You actually have to look good for yourself. And you know, that's kind of what life is about, looking good for yourself. And in the hopes that other people will have the same respect for you as you actually have for yourself. Which, let's face it, we do have respect for ourselves. I'm not looking forward to traveling tomorrow. That is really something that I loathe, because it all takes so long, but there is the answer. There is the answer to asking for a wheelchair, which I don't exactly need. But you know why I like it? It zooms me around places, and I don't have to keep looking on the board as to what gate I should be going from, only to find that it's miles away from where I am. I know that sounds silly, but traveling as you get older, it's not easier. It's harder, but traveling in general is harder now. It's nothing in life is easier as you get older. But we just have to kind of acknowledge it and breathe in and think, okay, I'm off again, here I go. So here I am, and it's Christina once again. And do subscribe. I love to get my little information and questions from various people, generally about my old movies, which is very flattering because they really are old black and white movies. I think, what is one called The Break, and then Don't Talk to Strange Men, which seems to be a favorite for many of my viewers. Anyway, thank you for watching me. Thank you for listening, and I hope whatever I tell you about is always helpful in some way, and that you will also breathe in, take off again, and just feel good. So bye for now, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.